Each week, from across America, 2 families are chosen. This week, the Meeks, a family of Texas punk rockers. Lead singer Tish and 48-year-old guitarist Tony have cashed in their life savings to fund their dream of rock and roll stardom. When they aren't playing shows, this hard-rocking, hard-drinking mom and dad throw wild all-night keg parties while their kids stay up till 3 a.m. in the morning. And the ultra-conservative Hoover family from Missouri. Devoutly religious mom Kristen raises her family through guidance of the Lord. Dad Steve shields his family from modern music and culture. They both believe alcohol to be evil, and the Hoover's daughters must dress modestly at all times, which means skirts and absolutely no pants. Each wife is about to get a new husband, new children,
I love you, sweetheart,
and a new life.
Go get him, baby!
We do not allow rock and roll music in our home because they are negative influences. Get ready for your negative influence, baby.
Can I make a few changes? Something like God is this change that I'm gonna
You don't change my song.
Okay. Well, I've got some pants for the girls.
On my religious convictions, you will not go there. This is not happening here.
Real homes.
Hey, Benji, we're gonna have a good time.
Congratulations. Just made a 6-year-old cry.
Real lives.
I know you would take your children into a bar.
You don't know what I would do, Steve.
Your home is a bar, Tish.
Real drama.
On Thursday, I got fired because of our band.
It's okay.
Once upon a time in Texas, Tish Meeks and her husband, ex-pastor Tony, devoutly followed the path of the Lord.
I've done missionary work in the past. I went to a Christian university. I have lived a conservative lifestyle, and it just doesn't work for me. Why you gotta put me through all this hell? Playing music is our passion. It's what we live for. We dedicate our lives to it. Come on, Texas!
If you were to ask me what church I would go to the First Church of Rock and Roll. Somebody says you're too old to rock and roll. You're not too old to rock and roll. We've invested our life savings in this band. I've cashed out all my retirement. We cashed out stocks and everything.
In order to support the band, Tony has to maintain a job as a hospice administrator.
For my job, I have to wear a suit. I have to look respectable. But when I get home, it's important to dress rock star because we have an image.
I'm a rock star 24/7. Being a mom doesn't change that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We have 2 kids, Benji and Hannah, who are 6 and 5. They're free to do whatever they want.
Sometimes people call me a girl because of my long hair, but I say I'm a leader, not a follower like you.
Our kids don't have any of their video games censored. They don't need us monitoring everything they do.
Yes, sir!
We have big parties here.
Sometimes I stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
You know, we get blitzed every night. And you can't have rock and roll without beer. I mean, it's like peanut butter and jelly.
From the moment she wakes, Tish devotes every minute to the band, so the kids have to take care of themselves.
Get up, Hannah. Time to get ready for school.
Hi, this is Tish Meeks from 3 Kisses, and I wanted to speak with your booking agent. Benji and Hannah get up in the morning and pick out their clothes, get themselves dressed, eat breakfast. Hi, this is Tish Meeks. I spend anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day booking gigs. I pass out flyers to promote our shows.
Rock and roll leaves no time for cooking, and all meals are quick and easy in this band of equality.
Tish and I share responsibilities in the home. Tish didn't dirty up all these dishes by herself.
Tony and I are total equals. We work as a team.
We'll
see you guys in a little while.
Constant touring and gigs means the Meeks have to sacrifice time with their kids.
I think my mom and dad pay too much attention to the band, more than me.
Every sacrifice that we make for the band is totally worth it. Anybody has a problem with the way we live, they can go bring it! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about!
But Tish is about to abandon her rock and roll lifestyle and family to swap lives with a woman she's never met 800 miles away in Missouri.
Rock and roll, baby!
Rock and roll! Woo! School time!
Kristen Hoover completely homeschools her daughters, raising her family by the book. The good book, that is.
Everybody get your Bibles out.
One of the fundamental components of our home is that God is the center of everything that we do.
And I will teach you the fear of the Lord.
Exodus 2, verse 5. I was born and raised as an Old Order Mennonite. I want to preserve the traditions that I have been taught and carry them on to my own children.
And one of those traditions is a clear-cut division of labor.
I'm a certified chimney sweep, and I own my own chimney sweeping business. Traditional Christian values means the father is the primary breadwinner.
Girls, you want to help Mom make some homemade bread?
I believe that it is God's natural design for a woman to be more of a caretaker for her children.
Grace, help me pat it down.
My favorite thing to do with Mom is cook.
I believe that I am leading by example and that my children will one day be good mothers and a good spouse to their husband.
And being a good spouse means making dinner from scratch every day.
Oh, homemade bread. Okay. Having for supper?
Yes. My family does enjoy home-cooked dinners, and although it requires a lot of time in the kitchen, I do enjoy it. We have 3 children. Emily is 7 years old. Grace is 5, and Olivia is 3 years old. Steve wants to have a huge family.
I was raised in a family of 9 children, and it seemed to be the right number to me. I'd be happy with 8, though.
The first thing I see when I wake up in the morning is the crib. So it's a constant reminder of Steve's wishes to have more kids. I have my hands full with 3 right now.
Well, I think we need to talk about it. We haven't finished the discussion yet.
Come on, let's get dressed.
One topic the Hoovers are in absolute agreement on is a strict dress code for the girls.
In the Bible, both Peter and Paul teach us that a woman should dress modestly, and this is our expression of that modesty.
We have chosen as a family not to wear pants, and we believe that dresses are more feminine.
Much of television programming, video games, and rock music have a negative influence on the family. I shelter my children from outside influences. I believe that is, in fact, one of my primary roles.
Good job.
Hello, hello.
When the Hoovers have guests over, things can get out of hand. There have been reports of overdoses, of pie and prayer.
In this home, we don't have wild drinking parties. It's not conducive to the atmosphere that we're trying to foster here.
And we don't need to have alcohol to have fun.
Any more peach pie?
Good.
Dalbert?
One thing I like about Steve is he's the life of the party.
It's the day of the swap, and both wives prepare to leave their lives behind. What do they hope to bring to their new families?
I hope that I can bring to this family that structured life and a God-centered life can be a whole lot of fun.
I love you, Gracie Bear.
The biggest thing that I would like to take to the family, encourage the kids to be individuals.
Oh, yeah. That's no problem.
I love you, honey.
Go get him, baby.
After an 800-mile journey, the wives finally get to see where they'll be living for the next 2 weeks.
We are in the middle of flipping nowhere. Never seen one of those before.
Before they meet their new families, the wives get a chance to explore their new homes.
Lots of antiques. It's very old-fashioned. Boring.
I have a feeling they're a rock and roll family.
I think these people are probably on the religious side.
Shot glasses.
Mercy.
I don't allow alcohol into my home.
Lots of juice. I don't see any beer in here. That's gonna be bad.
A collection of Bibles. See if their Bibles are dusty.
The nursery. I don't see the baby. Where's the crib here?
This is the woman's side. There are lots of pants here. It's not something that I wear.
These little girls like lots of bows.
And there's like, I think that's called a keg. Alcohol and rock and roll is the heartbeat of this family.
For the first week, the wives must live by the rules of their new family. Each wife has written a manual as a guide to the running of their homes.
We are the Hoovers, a traditional and conservative family. Big surprise.
My husband traded in all of our savings to become a rock star. Okay.
We do not allow rock and roll music in our home because they are negative influences. Get ready for your negative influence, baby, because here I come.
Tony has both his nipples pierced. Lord have mercy. Yuck.
My husband, Steve, is the patriarch of this house, and I am his helpmate. That would so not fly for a second in my house.
When it comes to cooking and cleaning, we work together as partners 100%. I don't agree with that at all.
We only disagree about how many more kids we should have. Steve wants to have 8. Do yourself a favor, Steve. Learn to change diapers.
Tony has built a bar in our garage. He converted our fridge so that we have cold beer on tap. Oh my goodness, 24/7.
There's no way I would have 8 children with a man who does not assume the role of a father.
One-time devout Christians Tish Meeks and ex-pastor husband Tony have given up their life savings to live a punk rock and roll lifestyle. She swapped lives with Kristen Hoover, a deeply conservative Christian who raises her family by the Bible and protects her daughters from modern music and culture. For the first week, the two wives must live by their new family's rules. Later, they get to make some changes.
You're going to experience what it's like to be Kristen.
It's the moment of truth. The wives are about to come face to face with their new husbands and children.
Welcome to the Meeks family.
I'm Steve Hoover.
Hi, Steve. I'm
Welcome
Tish
to our
Meeks.
home.
This is Benji.
Emily's 7.
Emily?
Hi, Hannah. Can I? Oh, that's okay.
And Grace Marie. She is 5 years old.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you girls. I'm the lead singer and guitar player in a punk rock band with my husband.
Wow.
It's going to remain to be seen whether she can be a traditionalist. I don't think you can really be in this family and not be structured. I don't see how that could possibly happen.
Do you drink?
Not
No-
at all.
not a drop?
I have never drunk. We are conservative Christians.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we got something in common because I used to be a pastor.
No way!
Oh, yeah, I was a pastor.
So how do you turn from pastor to punk rock?
It's not that far of a jump.
Oh, come on.
It's really
what kind
not.
of pastor were you?
This is the master bedroom. We have like a nursery off to the side. We've still got it set up even though we don't have any children. I would kind of like to have more children actually, but that's something we're negotiating.
I read that.
And you read that?
We have a band.
I want to hear your music
Well,
and hear
you're
what
going
you
to get a
guys are
chance.
about.
Well, you're going to rock in our band because you've got a gig.
I got a gig.
You
to
got
go
a
to.
gig. I'm going to turn her into the wild woman I know that is deep down inside of her because everybody wants to rock.
With the gig just days away, Tony must turn conservative Kristen into a punk rock goddess.
You definitely need a different look. There's no
Watch your language.
sunglasses. No. This is my home. I'm going to say what I want to say.
Okay.
Got you some pants.
I'm not going to be wearing pants.
We don't want to this up. And the pants are a part of the whole image.
This is a religious issue. And
Pants are a religious issue?
Yes, they are.
I think my Sunday school teacher just moved into my house.
God wants us to dress modestly, and I want to please my God.
In Missouri, Tish discovers she has to cook all the meals from scratch, and they have to meet Steve's high expectations.
I hate cooking. Okay, we're gonna call those two done.
Okay. Oh. I'm done. I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm very disappointed in this supper. What recipe is it?
Chicken piccata. It's made in the skillet.
It's just not the way we do things.
If Kristen is as underappreciated as I felt, it's no wonder she doesn't want to have more kids.
In Texas, Kristen, who has never had a sip of alcohol in her life, must now attend a keg party.
I felt a little uncomfortable being in the drinking environment. He knew that it's offensive to me to have alcohol, and yet he wanted to make a big scene out of his alcohol drinking.
Can't be wasting that. That's good.
It was very hard to see Hannah and Benji playing around all the alcohol drinking.
Cheers to Kristen!
It's the first morning of the swap, and at the Hoover house, Steve is heading off to work as Tish gets the girls up and ready for homeschool.
Allegiance to the Bible. Let's go over your ABCs. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. So far, we've been doing nothing but studying biblical principles. That's the focus here. They're trying to instill all of their religious beliefs, drill them into the girls' heads while they're young and impressionable. And you're supposed to work on that.
Envelope. What does envelope mean?
At the Meeks, Tony heads off to work, leaving Kristen to promote the band while the kids get themselves ready for school.
Hannah, get up. We're gonna be late.
Hi, this is Kristen, and I'm calling for the Three Kisses Punk Band. We'd like for you to check us out. Thanks, rock on. The focus of Tish and Tony is solely on their career as a rock star. It seems like their children are being left for themselves.
In Missouri, the girls showed Tish how to play dress-up with clothes that adhere to their parents' strict religious values.
So, you girls like to play dress-up a lot?
Of course I do.
How would you feel about wearing pants if you were playing dress-up?
I don't like pants.
Have you ever worn them?
No,
How do you know you don't like them?
because I want to look like a lady.
Are you a lady if you wear pants?
No? No.
So you don't think I'm a lady? They told me that wearing pants is not ladylike. Yet, Grace was picking her nose, so it's kind of interesting the things that the Hoovers are teaching their children about what's ladylike and what's not.
In Texas, Benji has just returned from school and heads straight for his video games.
Do you like playing any board games with your family?
No, not really. Come on, guys. What?
It was particularly disturbing to see Benji playing a game this violent.
Yes.
At the Hoovers, Steve's back from work and the girls are taking classical piano lessons. But Tish can't resist the temptation to rock out.
Too loud.
Hi.
Come in, have a seat.
I was just curious as to why you came in and stopped them from playing.
Banging is not really something I appreciate much. I thought they were abusing the piano.
The kids obviously have no form of creative expression because even when it comes to an approved instrument, if they go off their curriculum, that is squashed immediately.
At the Meeks, it's time for Kristen's first ever punk band rehearsal.
Amigos.
You don't like that one?
No. Okay, come
Okay,
on. You said there's something that's mild here. Come on, give me some mild.
This is mild.
Can I make a few like changes?
No, you may not make any changes. There are no changes to the lyrics.
What if we go like through the song and say something like, God is this change that we want to make?
You don't change my song. That is good. That's good stuff.
I don't approve of those lyrics at all, and I would not be caught dead singing those songs.
After her confrontation with Tony, Kristen is wrestling with her conscience as to whether to sing at the upcoming gig at all.
It's a very hard decision.
I have a religious conviction that you should not be letting your light shine in places like a bar room.
You gonna be a rock star tonight?
Well, I want to use my talent for the Lord.
I know.
And it's going to be safe to say no.
I am disappointed. Really wish that you could experience what we experience. I can't believe that Kristen has a problem being the front person in my band just because we're in a bar. We have never canceled a gig, and we're not about to start now.
At the Hoovers, a week of housework with no help from Steve is taking its toll on Tish.
I've got dishes to do, dinner to make. I've had just about all of the kitchen I can stand for the next 3 months.
And to make things worse, Steve's made plans for this evening.
I invited some guests for tonight. If we can have some, like, fresh pies, that'd be great.
You know, Steve, this is just too much.
I've invited them, okay?
I just don't feel like you realize how busy it is here during the
Look,
day.
I've got a lot of work to do upstairs. I don't know what to tell you.
Are they gonna get used to it and know what to do?
No, I'm not, because this is probably the last time I'll make a peach pie.
Hello?
When their guests arrive, Tish is curious as to what constitutes a good time for the Hoovers.
Is this a party night at the Hoover house?
I would think so. I don't know.
No drinking games or...
No, I would play games, yeah.
But drinking games?
Like drinking games? What's a drinking game?
I guess there aren't any here. Their idea of a good time is pie and ice cream, little coffee, so it's very stuffy and pretty boring, actually.
Amen. Amen.
Rock and roll, baby!
In Texas, Kristen's curiosity has gotten the better of her. Previously, she had refused to enter the bar, let alone sing.
Hey, you're on the stage in a bar.
Looking around.
It's a pretty nice place. We're as far away from the bar and the alcohol as possible.
Can I say something to the crowd?
If you'd like to give a witness, I'm here giving this glory to God, so that's what this song means
You
to
don't
me.
mind me saying that?
You can say that, that's cool.
Okay. Let's do it.
Yes! Let's do it.
On a normal situation, I would not do this, but I'm going to take a plunge
Do it.
This girl is from a very conservative background. She's going to sing Ordinary, but before she sings this song, Kristen wants to tell you what she thinks this song's about to her. So here she is. Let's give it up for Big Texas Welcome. Come on.
You know what? God is an extraordinary component, and if you put him in your life, you will never be the same. Just an ordinary life. Yeah! Just an ordinary day. I gotta make a change in my dream. I want something more, no, I won't settle for this ordinary life. Thank you!
I was uncomfortable, but I was willing to allow her to tell about her faith in order to get her up on the stage to experience what we do.
That was really cool. I was able to say something. I got a few amens.
Today, everything is about to change in the Hoover and Meek households as the new wives take control.
I'm hoping that we will see that traditional values can be very fun.
We're gonna rock the Hoover house Texas party punk style.
The families are summoned to the rules change ceremony. It's time for the wives to lay down the new rules which the families must obey.
This family has taken backseat to the band for far too long.
Steve, your wife is trapped caring for your children, and you don't lift a finger to help. I cannot believe that the first thing your wife has to see every morning is that crib. You have no idea how hard it is to raise kids and be pregnant. You're going to play mommy for a day, and you're going to wear this while doing it. You're going to experience what it's like to be Kristen.
Tony, I believe that alcohol has no place in a home. You will make sure that this house is alcohol-free, starting right now.
Hold on.
Steve, from now on, you are doing the cooking.
I don't cook.
I don't cook either. Figure it out, Steve.
That bar has been the center of your universe for too long. You're going to dismantle the bar and use the wood to build a game that we can play with the children.
Girls, there is more than one way to be a woman. These are called pants, and you will be trying them out for the rest of my time here.
I don't think so.
I will homeschool Benji and Hannah with a curriculum that will teach them traditional values.
That sucks.
Ladies don't have to be bakers and mommies. Ladies can also be rock stars. So girls, there will be no more homeschool. You will be having rock school instead. You will learn to express yourself freely. That is what rock is all about.
You're not going to be playing rock and roll at your next show. With your background as a pastor, you have better things to offer. I have booked you a gig where you will spend your time on stage sharing God's love.
Oh boy.
Hoovers, we're starting our own rock and roll band, and we're going to make our own music video. We're going to invite all your neighbors over for a big screening of your music video.
Instead of playing video games, we will have a family game night.
What do you think about that?
Hey, Benji, we're gonna have a wonderful time.
Congratulations. Just made a 6-year-old cry.
If you don't follow the rules, you have to sit in the heavy metal chair and listen to heavy metal for 5 full minutes.
Some of your rules will not be followed.
I followed yours. And I did things
What
that
were my rules, Tish?
I had to do things in this house.
What were my rules?
Cooking food, cleaning the house, making homemade bread at a moment's notice.
You are imposing things that we take as sacred even. We didn't do that to you.
I've given you the rules, and if you choose not to follow them, that's your choice.
I love you too, baby. Daddy will take care of you.
In Texas, Kristen wastes no time enforcing her first rule and makes Tony remove all the booze from the house.
You guys got the wrong house.
Come on in.
This is freaking ridiculous that you take good liquor and you pour it down the drain. I mean, this is just wasteful. What's next? I mean, we're gonna go through my library and burn books?
Oh, Marcy.
Getting rid of perfectly good beer.
In Texas, it's the first morning after rules change, and Kristen enforces her rule to homeschool the kids.
I pledge allegiance to the Bible. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. What you guys are coloring today is a picture of Jesus dying on the cross. And so they put Jesus in jail and they beat him really hard. And you know what they put inside of his hands?
Nails.
In Missouri, Tish enforces her rule that the girls must broaden their horizons and wear pants for the first time.
Oh, and I've got some brand new clothes for you guys.
Nope.
No? Don't you want to just try something new? Let Grace make her own choice.
Daddy said no.
Oh, Daddy said no. I see. So this isn't about what Emily wants or what Grace wants. This is about what Daddy wants, right?
What's going on?
Well, I've got some pants for the girls.
Changing my religious convictions in regards to dress and modesty is akin to changing the law of gravity. This is not happening here.
That just demonstrates more of your narrow-mindedness, Steve.
Children, come on. Come on, Emily. I'm done. Her rejection of my religious convictions is typical of what I would expect from someone who has no moral compass. Not necessarily in regards to pants, but in everything.
In Texas, Tony returns home from work.
What have you guys done today? What did you learn?
We went through some Bible stories and they colored pictures.
I see 3 people being murdered. Okay, here's an inconsistency I see. Benji is not allowed to watch violent video games. Would you allow him to play a video game with gruesome gore? Because I wouldn't let him play a video game that showed somebody being crucified.
The story of Christ is a story. It is a lesson that they're going to have to learn.
Okay. Well, I'm calling you on your inconsistencies, and be ready for more, because there's a lot more coming.
Because Steve refuses to let the girls wear pants, Tish enforces her punishment.
Put those on.
And makes him sit in the heavy metal chair.
Your ears.
Okay, I can hear it, trust me.
Put them on your ears.
I don't really have much appreciation for the heavy metal aspect. In fact, it gave me a headache. It's loud. I really just don't like it.
Daddy's been naughty. He's disobeyed my rules.
I would sit in the chair for a very long time before I gave in to Tish's demands on these rule changes.
At the Meeks, Kristen's ruled that as the woman of the home, she'd take on all household duties and has prepared lunch.
You make lunch for Steve like this?
If he's home?
If he's home?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal he's got.
When you love somebody, you want their life to be easy.
If you love someone, you want their life to be easy. You want to help them.
Yeah.
So why doesn't he make your life easy? Kristen, I really believe you work entirely too hard. Have you ever feel that way sometimes?
Sometimes it does feel like a lot.
Yeah. I think Kristen's getting hosed because she homeschools the kids, takes care of the house, cooks the meals, does the laundry, does the dishes. I'm not buying that this guy's a real partner in this relationship.
At the Hoovers, in order to make Steve understand the burdens of a woman, Tish attempts to enforce her next rule that he wear an empathy suit.
I don't need to look like a woman to empathize, to care, and love my wife. I'm not going to wear this.
You're wearing it.
Well, what do you want to do? Strap me down and put it on me?
You don't want to wear this? Why don't you go take that crib down, get that cradle out of there, and do something nice with that area for your wife.
Tish, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying anything that you're selling
Steve.
today.
Walk up the stairs. Take down the crib.
I am done with you. I'm done with this conversation.
Go, Steve. Up the stairs. Is this where you keep your tools?
I'm not taking a crib apart. You take the cradle, if you're man enough to.
Oh, I am. That snowplow should be coming through here any minute.
What an angry woman. Tish thinks that I am trying to force another child upon my wife, and she believes there's a psychological interest in keeping the cradle in our bedroom. That's just not the case.
In Missouri, Steve is serving yet another sentence in the heavy metal chair for breaking the rules, and after he served his term, he joins the girls for rock school.
You guys are loud. What's going on?
Have a seat right here. We need to have a band meeting. We have got to write a song. So what are we going to write a song about?
I like horses.
You want to write a song about horses? What else, girls? Horses, bugs.
I've got something. Horses in the garden and the grass they chew. I love springtime. How about you?
Excellent.
I did want to put tissue in my ears, but when I walked in and they were having a good time, it made me feel good.
Like this?
All the way over your head. Go ahead and strum that. Yay, Dad!
In Texas, Tony returns home after a tough day at work.
So tell me about this gig we got tomorrow night.
It would be Christian music, if you're okay with that.
You know, I'm pretty ticked off at God right now, and I'm not in any mood to be praising and worshiping. I will be happy to do the gig, but I'm not going to sing Praise You, Jesus. I'm not going to do it. I put up with her preaching. I've put up with her inconsistencies when it comes to religious values. I'm done with that.
At the Hoovers, Tish has ruled that the family must shoot a music video, and Steve is beginning to loosen up.
It's springtime, dude.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bugs and butterflies come out in the spring. Everybody loves spring. Everybody loves spring. I have never enjoyed destroying anything as much as I did destroying that guitar. I enjoyed it immensely.
I'm just impressed that Steve followed one of my rules and did a pretty darn good job at it. He's got an inner rock star somewhere. He just hasn't found himself yet.
Cut myself, guys.
At the Meeks, after Tony's outburst against God, Kristen has decided to try and discover what's wrong with him.
Tell what happened today. What's going on?
I lost my job today.
You're kidding.
I wish I were, but I'm not. I got fired today.
For what?
They don't think it's appropriate that a hospice administrator play in a band.
I'm really sorry.
Well,
Is there anything I can do to help?
you can pray for me and my family. That would be great.
I would love to do that. I feel bad that he lost his job today. And it's a very hard fact that it's because of rock and roll.
In Missouri, Steve's now abiding by the rules, and he's taking on preparing for the party, something he would usually leave to Kristen.
Ow! I am starting to see that Kristen does a lot of work that I haven't fully appreciated.
Thank you all so much for coming.
Come on in, welcome.
Tish goes too far in attempting to make it into a Meeks-style party.
Tish brought in a keg of beer, and I did not want that to happen. To take such a party and turn it into a keg party, it's just not going to happen in this home. Emily, Grace, and Olivia, we're leaving. Guests, I'm sorry. Come on, girls, let's go.
Go where?
Well, we're
So
going
you're
to go.
just gonna run away and abandon your guests?
I am not going to have my children in this setting. I know you would take your children into a bar.
You don't know what I would do, Steve.
Your home is a bar, Tish. We're going to go. I'm going to be with my children. This is a good community. Go drink your beer somewhere else. I'm done. It's not going to work.
In Texas, having lost his job, Tony's been following the rules, turning the bar into a game table and spending quality time with his kids. And armed with his renewed faith and Kristen's support, he's come to a decision.
The biggest thing I learned is that I need to redouble my efforts of promoting our band. There are people out there that really like our music, and we are making a difference in their lives also.
And the first step in pushing on with the band is to follow Kristen's rule, that they play a Christian gig at a coffee shop.
Well, here we are, 3 Kisses Light. Kristen asked me to do a spiritual song, and those that feel like singing could join in too. One thing I really took out of this experience is that Kristen is a great person. She's got real good, strong spiritual values. And so it allowed me to really open the door and allow God back into my life.
Give it up for Tony.
In Missouri, Tish has had second thoughts about bringing alcohol into the Hoover home.
Steve, we're gonna be moving the keg. I went ahead and moved the keg because I didn't want to ruin the video premiere party for the girls. They'd worked very hard, and I wanted them to get that experience of getting to be rock stars.
The keg went out of the house, out of the influence of my children. We came back in. I'm ready to move forward.
Welcome to the world premiere of the brand new video, Everybody Loves Spring by Red Fire.
Everybody loves spring.
It was a lot of fun making Steve and the girls the stars of their own music video and showing them off to the neighborhood and showing another side of them. Everybody loves spring.
I can't believe I did that, guys.
Anybody who does that well and makes a music video should have their very own guitar. So, girls, that's now yours.
Thank you so much, Tish.
You're welcome.
I couldn't believe my eyes. I really didn't think that something that big was coming. That's a beautiful guitar. I can't believe you did that.
Your girls did a great job, and so did you.
I think it speaks to Tish's generosity. In spite of our clash of cultures, she is a kind person, and I really appreciate that gift.
It's the final day of the swap, and the wives prepare to return to their families.
I'm gonna hang on to these glasses. Maybe I've changed a little bit too. My beautiful little girl.
I hope that they'll allow their girls to have a few more new experiences. Headbang every once in a while.
Say thank you so much.
That's my girl.
The couples are about to be reunited, but Tish doesn't yet know that Tony has lost his job.
Hey, rock star.
Hey, rock star. You look smoking hot.
Thank you.
It's judgment time as the couples finally come face to face across the table.
My best experience was shooting a rock video with your husband dressed as a rock star.
I enjoyed it. I did.
Steve, I can't believe my little suspended Mennonite friend has turned into a rock star.
I'm not a rock star.
You know what I've learned? Music in itself is fun, but you don't have to have the bad language.
It doesn't have to, but
And it doesn't have to not.
And you don't have to have alcohol to have a great party.
Don't preach to us.
I'm just saying. Seeing the kids being around that kind of environment is just a little unnerving to
We
me.
allow our children more of a freedom of choice than you allow your children. And there's so much censorship in the home. I don't see a lot of the girls having the independence to speak up for themselves.
I'm creating a shelter so that my kids don't get rained on. For one thing, there's not a lot of interaction with your children. You guys seem to be more focused around the music band.
What you say is a superficial version of us. People like to judge a book by its cover.
That's right.
And they're going to continue to do it.
Tish, we don't let anybody judge our band, do we?
No.
Well, I got judged real hard this week. On Thursday, I got fired because of our band.
It's okay. It's okay. It is. It's just a J.O.B.
You lost your job, Tony.
Yeah.
You lost your job.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's got to be difficult.
It has been. It's been very difficult for him this whole week.
Hey, Kristen. Thanks for being there for him. I know you were.
Yeah, she was. She's a rock. That's probably the most positive experience that came out of this. I had somebody step into your shoes that supported me when I needed it. She did great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
So nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, too.
Thanks for taking good care of my girls.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking good care of my kids.
You're welcome.
Tony,
Steve,
it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. It really is.
After 2 weeks apart, the wives are about to be reunited with their children.
Oh my goodness, that is beautiful.
No alcohol in the home.
Everybody loves spring.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
My baby.
At the Meeks, losing his job has turned out to be a transformational experience for Tony.
Since the swap, now my #1 job is my band, and my band will support my family. I didn't quit my day job. My day job quit me. I really feel more focused than ever with my spirituality. Say your prayers, Hannah. I discovered I cannot blame God for the problems of the past. Kristen is a wonderful person. She's got faith, and that really helped me to let God a little bit back in my life. Love you, buddy.
Now that I'm back home, I'm more confident than ever that I'm on the right path for me. The way we do things works for us. We've got a great balance.
Fly away.
And at the Hoover home, there have been really big changes.
Doing that video and having fun with my kids, it allowed me to relax a little bit. And certainly the guitar that Tish gave my girls is a wonderful gift, and we do plan on giving guitar lessons to our children. But our family will never likely be a headbanging family. We have instituted a Kristen's night off, which means that I do all the cooking and the cleanup. I intend on making time to help Kristen more.
Look at you.
This is fun.
When Steve had to be strong for me, the beliefs that I have and have been trying to instill in my girls, that was the most romantic thing I've ever seen him do. I've never been more in love with him, never been more proud of him than what he did that week.
Test, test. Test, test. Come see the world premiere video of Red Fire's Everybody Loves Spring. Red Fire's premiere this afternoon, 3 p.m. Desserts and appetizers served at the Hoover home.
Oh, come on, with some enthusiasm, Steve. I wouldn't want to go to that
All right,
party.
come see the world at the Hoover house. Springtime, we need you. We're premiering, we'd like for you to come. And your family. I just heard somebody snicker in that house.
Actually, that was a dog barking.
No, I think it was a snicker.